Hi everyone, and welcome back to Rain's Arts, and thank you for joining me today. So I'm doing a voiceover because when I was editing this video I could hear the air conditioner in the background and it was really annoying, so I thought a voiceover would be better. So I'm using this round canvas. I don't know what size it is. It's one I'm repurposing, and I've just painted some gesso over the top to hide the colours underneath. And I'm using the leftover paints from the previous painting I did. So the colours that I'm layering in this cup are white, orange, warm yellow, yellow flower, metallic gold, and metallic lavender. And I just sped this up so you don't have to sit through me boringly layering my cup. These paints are mixed with water only. They're global paints mixed, I think, about 50-50 water and paint. I don't measure. I just added water to the consistency I wanted. And but not over, not like 3 times the amount of paint, because I did that once before and the result when it was wet was beautiful, and then when it dried the pigments disappeared, and I didn't want that to happen again. And I've gone back to using water because when I first started pouring about 18 months ago, that's what I used. And my paintings over the last few months have been terrible. I don't know, my pouring medium I just can't get to work. So I thought I'd just start from the beginning again and start afresh and try and find out what's going on. So I've layered my cup there, and I'm going to pick that canvas up and flip it that way because that cup is very big and I didn't want paint flying everywhere because I am on my kitchen table. And there probably is too much paint in there, and my puppy is growling at my cat, if you can hear that in the background. I can't win. I do a voiceover because the air conditioner's noisy and then my puppy growls. So there's probably too much paint in here, but I'm going to give it a go anyway. And it would be paint that would be just wasted if I didn't use it. So I liked when the cup came out like this, the flip cup, except for I didn't like, you can see those beautiful oranges and things in the cup, but I didn't like that big space in the middle. So I'm just popping some air bubbles there. That big space in the middle bothered me. So I thought I would get a skewer and try and wreck it and see if that would help. Because you can see underneath the top layer of paint, you can see that there's another layer of paint underneath there, but the wrecking just wasn't bringing those colours out. So I decided that perhaps I would try doing some swipes with Aussie Floetrol and see what that would be like on top of paint and water. So I'm using Amsterdam Titanium White and Australian Floetrol as my swipe colour. I think black works better in my experience as a cell activator, but I wanted to use white in this one just to keep it lighter. And I think the black would have been too dark. So when you're doing the swipes, just do them very gently on the top. I have got a bit of a heavy hand, and I've discovered that it's quite difficult for me to do it lightly on top. but it gets better results if you do. And I really like that orange coming through. So I decided to take it off the tray and put it on my spinner because I just find it easier to work on a spinner because I can move it around, the painting around, easier than trying to pick it up and turn it, because there's a lot of time I have to sit down to paint. So for me, the spinner is easier. And that bit of paper there that I keep falling down had wet paint on it. I was trying to stop it getting on my clothes. It was really annoying me. So that's why I keep folding over. Now that little tool there, that is a tool that I made, but I got the information on how to make that from another YouTube channel that I watch called Expressionist Fluid Art. I think that's what you call it. The artist is Priscilla Batzel, and she makes lots of little tools for her art, and this one I was just ideal, I thought, for getting in those little spots where you just can't get your spatula in or any other instrument to swipe with. It's very handy, and I just made it from a skewer and an old piece of x-ray that I had hanging around. So there's a lot of paint still on this canvas and a lot of sort of uninteresting spots. So I thought maybe I'll put some spirals in or try and do something a bit interesting to try and bring some of those colours through. So I decided to tip it to get some of those paints off, and in the process lost all my beautiful orange cells there. I was quite disappointed in that. But if I'd left too much paint on the canvas, it would have cracked. So what I decided to do was take some of those cells that came off the canvas when I tipped it and put them back on the canvas. So I'm just using that little bowl there to scrape my spatula on. I just find it easier to clean if I've got stuff on my spatula to just scrape it in a bowl like that. Sometimes if there's enough, I use that for flow extender in paintings. So I keep it, those containers, I just put a bit of alfoil or something over the top to keep the paints from drying out. So that's, again, you can see that beautiful orange colour. I just put it back on the canvas. Now, because part of the purple had disappeared, I decided to put a purple streak in. I had a little bit of that metallic lavender, was it? Metallic lavender. I had a little bit left, so I thought I'll put a streak down the middle and see what happens, and see if it gives it a bit of added interest. And I'm actually quite pleased I did, because I really like that purple colour. It goes really well with the orange, and it's on the opposite side of the colour spectrum, which is what I was trying to do. I was trying to take colours from the opposite side of the colour wheel and see if they actually would go together. So this was my second attempt at doing that. And I wasn't going to spin this, but I actually ended up doing so because, again, I wanted to get rid of some of that paint. But unfortunately, I also got rid of some of the nice colours in there as well. So I'll let you listen to the music and just watch me playing for a while. I'm going to give it one more spin in both directions, and then I'm going to bring you down for a closer look. And you can see there's still a lot of paint coming off, and you can see from the spinner it was going a bit all over the place. That's because I didn't realise my spinner was broken, so it wasn't laying flat. And I have a new one now, which is great, but at the time I didn't know it was broken. So I'll bring you down now for a closer look. So you can see it looks quite nice. Actually, I'm quite pleased with it. That's more of a true colour than the other, the previous shot was. You can see some of those lovely lines. Really beautiful. I'm really pleased actually with how this turned out. Got some nice cells there, some nice movement in the lines, and the colours go really well together. I was a bit worried the purple wouldn't go, but opposites on the wheel, colour wheel, they say it does. So I was experimenting and giving it a go. You have to try these things. So I'll be back soon with the dried result. Hi everyone, and this is the dried painting, and it dried really nicely. It's got some beautiful colours in there and shapes, and it's really smooth. Got some nice cells there. You can see this colour under there and some nice lacing there. And I'm really happy that I put that stripe of metallic lilac in there, because it really pops and makes the piece really interesting. So I'm really pleased. It's so smooth. I think I'm going to do more paintings with just the paint and water, because it's drying really nicely. I've had a lot of luck in the last few that I've done with just the paint and water. So thanks for tuning in, guys. Thanks for watching, and until next time, please take care of yourself, your family, and the people you love, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.